Hello. Growing potatoes in grass clippings. Does it work? Today we look at my results. To see just how to grow potatoes in grass clippings, I'll leave a link on the screen and in the information below. These particular potatoes were planted on the 22nd of March. So my next door neighbour has mowed his lawn this morning and brought me around 4 of those dumpy bag things full of grass clippings. Yay! Which I've then mixed with used chicken bedding. This year I'm going to grow the potatoes here, and all I'm going to do is keep on covering them with more grass clippings and the used bedding from the chicken shed, and we'll see how they go. And now at the beginning of August, this just looks like a mound of chicken bedding, all brown, and it's got lots and lots of squashes growing in it. But a couple of weeks ago, Huw Richards came over, and keeping our distance, we harvested the potatoes that I'd grown under grass clippings. Now the sound quality on this isn't necessarily brilliant. I was wearing a mic. I'd forgot to put one on Huw. My bad. So these potatoes are grown under grass clippings and used chicken bedding that had been stacked for about 8 months. Yeah. I just put masses of grass clippings down, made a hole, put the seed potatoes so it was actually sitting on the soil, and then covered the grass clippings over the top of them. So they had about 6 inches of grass clippings, and then they've had about another 6 to 8 inches of chicken bedding on top. And so I only did that one more earthing up. Yeah. And
beautiful material to put in the compost, or just to leave it as well?
I'm just going to leave it here.
Oh, great.
It's great to just improve the soil so quickly. So if you want to harvest over there, and I will harvest one over here.
Fine. I'll try not to stand on too many things. Oh. Oh yeah. That. I won't throw them in.
I've lifted one plant, yeah, and I can see about 15 potatoes about the size of an egg.
Oh right.
And they're about the size of an egg.
15?
Yeah, about this sort of size.
What? Oh, look at that. Oh, now this is amazing, Liz. Oh wow. Look at these.
So have they got a lot of scab or rust or anything like that on them?
So they have a bit of scab, actually.
Okay, what causes that?
Usually it's when soil dries out too much, I think.
Right.
But the thing is that a mulch like this, I mean, when did you plant these?
In March.
In March, yeah. And
we then had that really dry spell, didn't we?
So that could be one of the reasons to cause it, just those dry conditions really bringing it on. But the thing is that all you need to do is peel it.
Yeah, and they're absolutely fine.
This is great fun, actually, just rummaging through. I think what I'll need to do is have a proper dig around.
And the other thing that's planted in here is because it's interplanted with sweet corn and squashes. So we just need to be careful that we don't do what I nearly did, which was pull out the squash plant.
Well, I'm glad you told me now. Otherwise, oh yeah, I can see a squash plant here. The squash plant has actually got the tendrils going around the potatoes.
Wow, look at this. Oh, this has got a huge amount of top growth, and I'm assuming that's from all the nitrogen.
Yeah. Pretty green plant. Oh yeah, look at these. This is so fun. Aha!
Potato potato man. Or is it a duck?
I would call him Paul. Paul the potato. So have you done this method before?
This was the first time I'd done them on site here.
Yeah.
I've done them in a couple of places here with different mulches. So I've done this, which is the grass clippings and duck bedding. I've also done one with grass clippings and pondweed.
Oh wow.
One of the neighbours has got a type of weed in his pond that's actually really invasive. So about once a month he clears it out, and he takes out one of those big dumpy bags full of pondweed out of his pond about once a month. He leaves it on his front garden. Yeah. We pick it up, and I've just been using it to add mulch wherever I've wanted an extra layer, and it dries out really quickly. So within 24 hours, it's become quite a dry, crisp thing. So it's not sitting wet and slimy on the veg.
Have you ever tried doing something like this in large containers, or do you not think that would be suitable?
I haven't, and I think it would be suitable if you made sure there was plenty of drain holes in the bottom of the container,
Yeah.
but you would also need quite a good layer of compost for the potatoes to be able to put their roots down into.
Yeah.
So, and the good thing about planting these through the...
Look at that, it's a beauty.
Isn't that lovely?
That's a good one.
Huw, look at this.
Oh. Sailors always find the best.
I know, jacket potatoes, yum. Yeah,
how easy these are to just pull out and
It's great.
find, because the thing about this is that this is so soft. As soon as you feel the skin of a potato, you just...
You know what it is. Yeah. So yeah, so in a container, in a container, it's going to need compost in the bottom of it,
Yeah.
so that the potatoes got something to put their roots down and actually get some nutrition.
Yeah.
There isn't any reason why it wouldn't work, but it would need plenty of drain holes and it would need that compost. So it wouldn't work for you just to fill up a bucket with with grass clippings and put the potatoes in and hope that would work.
Absolutely. And I've just seen that I've slightly pulled out a bit of sweet corn. You got a good haul over there.
I've got a great haul over here. I see what socially distancing gardening. It's not as much fun as.
Well, it means that you can't steal the potatoes that I found.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not as much. However, we have got that the interplanting of sweet corn is growing. That's looking really good. The squashes they're huge actually, and they're producing really big fruit. So I think this combination of grass clippings and animal bedding is actually a really good combination to be growing things in. Don't you?
I do. I've just got to remember to be careful about them because unfortunately well, it can be propped up. I don't think it's the end of the world. I hope not anyway.
It'd be fine.
Please invite me back.
It's
Please, Liz. I don't deserve a ban.
So Huw has been over today teaching me how to fly a drone. And
How successful was it?
it was completely successful. I can now fly my new drone, and I've done some quite nice aerial shots and a 360-degree shot. I was very pleased with that. That plant is 3 feet high, 4 feet high or something. It's huge.
We got a lot of extra compost material here.
Is that the seed potato? Is that a seed potato, not grown?
Yeah, it's strange. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, that looks like a seed potato that hasn't grown at all.
Yeah, it's just solid. I've never seen one of those before.
Some of these potatoes may have been shop-bought potatoes rather than seed potatoes. So it could just be one that's had growth inhibitor put on it.
Yeah.
And therefore had its growth inhibited.
Funny that.
Huw, there's a bit of squash that's coming towards you.
Oh, yeah,
Can you sort of just bend it towards that way a bit? That's it.
Like that?
Yeah.
So what was this ground like last year?
This is really heavy clay on top of a layer of very sandy and pebbly soil. So it kind of gets baked hard. It's not very nice to work with. Yeah. And then once the water gets through that initial bit of clay, it just drains away really quickly. And then this area has had chickens on it for 3 years. So the top maybe inch or so has been turned over and scratched by the chickens and well fertilised by them. Yeah. So we've got a tiny bit that's been looked after by the chickens, then this horrid clay. And I'm only saying it's horrid because it's just very heavy and very compacted. So it wasn't great, I think is the... it wasn't great soil. And I think next year, having done that one block, I will do the next block over and just keep on adding the organic matter that deeply.
It's like a treasure hunt, but it's actually really fun. You know, like if you grow potatoes the normal way, I don't know, this is just a lot easier to work with.
Well, it's kinder on your back, and it's kinder on the soil, isn't it?
And on your feet, so soft.
Yeah.
Will you then cover this over the winter, or just leave it as it is?
Well, it's got the sweet corn and squashes in it now, and then I'll think about getting something else in it over winter.
Okay.
Because I don't like empty soil, nor does nature, so might as well make it productive. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or leave a comment, or both. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And the other thing you can do, if you want to see even more of what goes on at Byther Farm, is join us over on Patreon. I put up extra videos and do a regular live chat just for patrons. I'll leave a link above and in the description below.